It really is that simple. The thing is, right, with life, people try to overcomplicate stuff because it makes it seem smart, right? If you're trying to sound articulate and stuff, you'll try to use big words and shit, but at the end of the day, all you're trying to do is just communicate and get your point across. And sometimes to get your point across, it has to be like subtle. Oh, I'm smart. Look, I used the word jeopardy, and it's like, please stop the construction, boys. Good. They didn't stop. Anyway, the thing is, it is really simple. It really is extremely simple to get what you want. Some people just don't want to do what's required, and I don't mean simple in a way where figuring stuff out about specific markets and all of that bullshit. It's just about getting to work, making a to-do list, getting yourself in the mood, your morning routine, all of that stuff. It's all bullshit because it's not work, right? And sure, if it lets you work really well, right, the results are like amazing, then sure, you can do it. Of course, it's a personal preference at the end of the day. But personally, when I do that stuff and I really get into like the working mood, it's not really that I work much after, there's I get tired soon also. So yeah, it's like and I've seen my boys also do this. We get into this mood and we're all just getting ready to work, and then it just doesn't happen. And the best way to get in the mood to work is just to work, right? The best warm up is just doing the work that's required. And you can start off by doing a little of the work, and then you gradually do more and more and more. But to get to the level where people want success, right, whatever your version of success is, of course the blueprint is simple for it. You work like this, you figure this out, you get to here, then you do this. Some people have mentors for it, some people are self-taught, but it really is not that complex. You just look at someone who's made it, try to get in touch with them. If you can't, just try to do research on them, go to the YouTube, the social media, because every person who's successful is using these things for a reason. Everyone has a YouTube channel, has social media, has their influence building for them for a reason. It's because it's literally the new meta, bro. It's like having an influence is a cheat code, because when people know you, people trust you. And it's like, if you've seen someone's face before, and if you've seen it a lot especially, you would trust their product over something that's in the market, whose main guy, who the maker, you just don't have a clue who it is, right? Like, imagine this. If, suppose, I don't know, okay, just pick a favorite. Yeah, imagine if Travis Scott started selling merch, right? And, affordable ones. Now, would you rather buy something that's coming from the actual dude, or buy something from, let's say, like Home Depot? I don't know. And it's like, of course I would buy it from Travis Scott if the prices are the same. Like, no brainer, because that's Travis. And it's like, even if he wasn't selling his own merch, even if he was selling random ass shirts and he just like put it beside his merch, if you found it cool, you'd buy that stuff too, right? And that's because of his influence, that's because of his brand that you even went on that website. Of course, Home Depot has its own brand because it's been around for so long. But how do you trust Home Depot? It's just a building. Exactly. So making your brand really helps, right? It's simple in that scenario where you get influence and then you sell your products. It's really not that difficult to understand. To implement it is extremely difficult because you got, tons of information and tons of people telling you how to make videos and how to grow popular, what hashtags to use and shit. And at its core, you just have to make good videos. That's all you gotta do. Now, you'll be like, oh, why isn't this guy famous then? Because I don't want to be. Literally, like, even though I have such a small reach, I still have been censored, right? People have still tried to censor me. There are unreleased videos on this channel for a reason, right? Ooh, spoiler alert. And, I'm going to release them one day. Just not right now, because I've literally gotten threats, right? I've gotten threats on this channel. Big time. But that's the thing, right? If I don't want to grow, I don't grow it. Of course, I have another channel with like 500 subs on it. You'll never find out what it is, because it's like a 5-year-old channel at this point. And, I stopped uploading on it like 3, maybe 4 years ago, whatever it is. That's the thing. What's difficult is to actually make good things, right? To make a good video is to actually learn editing, learn how to make a good thumbnail. It's all the elements should be there, right? You can't just skip one element and have your video blow up. Sometimes that stuff happens when it's for like memes and stuff and people find it funny, but you can't really build your brand off of like some random meme unless you're like an active part of it. And that's the thing, it's really simple, you just got to make good videos. It's not that difficult to understand. You don't have to focus on what hashtags and all that bullshit you're using. So like, just seem authentic, just seem like you're serious about it, and just give value. And if you give value, people are gonna watch. That's what people want, or at least what they think they want, right? As if you even pretend to give value, and you actually say a whole lot of horse shit, people will still eat it up, because that's what that's what we do. You think we really need this much advice as much as there's available on the internet? Do you think anyone needs that? Like, even 10% of it? Hell no. Nobody needs that much advice, bro. We've all lived, and we are all living. Sometimes you just have to experience things and then seek advice. Not just seek advice in your room, sitting in your bed, groaning all day, and just being like, oh, at least I'm, feeding my mind good things. But like, oh, you're just feeding your mind. What are you gonna feed your kids, bozo? And the thing is, right, you just have to realize you've got to work. There's gonna be pain, there's gonna be problems, all of that shit's still gonna be there. And you just have to, just get comfortable with it, get good with it, be friends with the pain. Because it's always gonna be there. There's no purpose of always feeling bad when you feel pain. Of course, physical, it's gonna hurt because that's what pain does. But like, when it's like mental, if there's a breakup or someone close to you dies, you don't have to beat yourself up about it. You don't have to be a piece of shit and grieve them after they died. Just show them love while the people are alive. That's what you gotta do. And the thing is, we are lucky that we're even born as humans, right? Because think about this: if you're born as any other animal but a human, and a parasite gets into you, game is gone right there. There's no doctors for eagles, there's no doctors for sharks. And like, you just lose, period. You just lose. A parasite gets in, the game's gone. And like, that's what makes it, like, that's the reason I believe that being born as a human is amazing. Like, this is the luckiest thing that could ever happen. And people are still like, I'm so unlucky and shit. Of course, if you're in a war, and if you're getting, bombed, and your children are getting bombed by the Jews, it's like, it still pisses me off that that's happening. But yeah, whatever. The world is just full of clowns, and we're the biggest ones because we're not in control of shit. Anyways, let's not dive deep into a rabbit hole or a rabbi hole. But the thing is, you're lucky, I'm lucky, and we gotta use this luck to our advantage, right? Because I'm sitting here, I got a house, I got a roof, and plus, and probably you do too, because you have internet and a phone or a laptop or a computer to watch my videos. Just know that life is very simple. You just have to figure out which type of hard work you want to do and which type of hard stuff you want to avoid, right? You want to avoid doing the hard work of scrolling through YouTube shorts 9 hours a day, but you gotta open yourself to doing the hard work that's actually work, that's actually gonna get you somewhere, that's actually gonna teach you, that's actually gonna earn you the bread. Because even if you don't got shit, you still got the bread, and your bread should be some way in the form of land, right? Because they can just print money. Money is pretend play, right? Money isn't backed by jack shit. And if it is backed by something, that isn't jack shit. The value of diamonds is artificially inflated. They have so many diamonds, they just keep them to themselves to create artificial scarcity. So it makes you think that they're valuable. Diamonds aren't worth jack shit. And that's the way it works for a lot of things. But when you have land, that's land. What are you gonna do? Decrease the value of my land? It's land. It's still there. I can still build on top. If I can do whatever I want to it, it's land. I can mine in it. I can plant trees in it. It's land. That's why real estate is big time. That's where the real gold mine's at. And yeah, that's just simple. It's simple. You earn a lot. You invest in real estate. It's done. Game is on your side, brother. Game over for your opponents. And always remember, there are no enemies. We're all humans, and God's not on your side. You're on God's side. Remember this, okay? It's very selfish to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna win. God's got my back. God's on my side. No, bozo. Who are you? Who are you to have God have your back or have God on your side? What is your side? You are on God's side, brother. You are the devotee. You are the disciple. You are the student. And that's beautiful. If you consent to submitting to God, that's beautiful. And that's simple. And that will bring you joy. But are you ready to do it yet? I don't know. Do you? Do you know? Think about it. And always love yourself. Good night.